Hello friends, you're with Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Rome Incorporated. Now we're done with the first turn. I think it went fine. There's only one war left, the German war over here. And until now I don't see too many problems. Maybe a little bit the money. We're down to 74 bucks. We started at 100, but well, we'll find out. I mean, we bought a lot of stuff. We hired a lot of units, so of course we got to pay for those units now. So the pay went up significantly from 79 to 91. But okay, I think that's fine, and I hope that during this turn some of these insurgent provinces will become loyal Roman provinces, and then we're gonna have a higher income anyways. Okay, so let's go again through the sequence of play. As I said, this time I don't want to do it in the detail that I did before. Just show more of the key points, but still I think we can go at least through the events. So we're going to see how many events we have. 1d6. So we're going to see 3, and in addition the conquest event here because of the Augustus conquest ability. So again, same as last time, 3 additional events. The first one is a 3 and 3 basically. Yeah. So let's see, the black dice shows a 3, and that, so it's inflation. Oh, that is rough. That is extremely bad. That is extremely bad. I don't know. I wonder if I can even survive that. Holy shit. That is a 1 and a 2. No, a 2 and a 2 basically, right? Yeah. So that is a colony. I think that is good. That kind of helps us with the inflation. And eventually it's going to be a 5 and a 1. And that is the persecution. Okay. So let's see. We got -1 to each tax roll. But then we got +1 to each tax roll again. So that evens out the inflation and the colony. But the bad thing is, remove half the gold from the treasury. This is ridiculous. This is really bad. So we got 50, 60, 70, 74. So we're gonna lose 37 bucks. Okay, that was a horrible blow. And now, okay, but now we can annex a province because of my conquest ability. And I wonder which one that's gonna be. I'm considering either that one here, Britannia Superior, to stabilize this area a little bit, or maybe that one here for the same reason. You know, actually I think I'm gonna go with this one here, Frisia. That takes a little bit the pressure away from this northern area here. The German war gets a little weaker that way. So let's do that. I just hope I find another marker. This is kind of an issue in this game, that you can get short of markers, and I think we are actually. Great. Yeah, it seems there are no more markers for allies here. Boy. So I gotta come up with something like this. I think I might use a red marker then. Great. Okay, so we got this red marker here now. So this guy is now an ally. And we're done with these two events, or with that event, and with this one too. And now we have to decrease the prestige by half the intrigue ability of Caesar rounded up. So that would be then by 2, his intrigue ability is 3. So we lose prestige 2. Well, this is not too bad, at least. Okay. That was a pretty bad start in this turn. And now let's see what's going on next. Mortality checks. Okay. So we start with Augustus. And if we roll a 6, he dies. And that is something we absolutely don't want. Okay, we're good. Agrippa, next guy, we also don't want him to die. Okay, fine. Otto wouldn't be terrible. And we're all good. So nobody dies. Then we do an assassination, but that's not the case because the Julian emperors are not in the box. And there are also no rebels, so we're through the event phase here. Now comes the treasury phase, and that is now pretty important. If I roll poorly, I might get in a lot of trouble because I lost so much treasury at the beginning of this turn. So I was already lucky with the first 2 rolls. I managed to earn, I think, $40 out of these 2 provinces because they doubled. Was it that much? Probably not. Yeah, I think it was about $40 because this gave me about 20 and so did that. So now the interesting one is Rome. And if I roll 7 or less, I can make a lot of money here. This is going to be important. And we did it. Look at that. That's a 4. Fantastic. So this thing gives me 28 because the Alps are just allied. And that means I get $56 out of this. And that was very, very important. And yeah. So it's looking good. Until now, maybe I can compensate the inflation here. I don't get anything out of Pannonia. So let's continue with the others, and I'm going to do it. Let's do it anyways. We have here, that's a 7 for Mercia, and because Otto is operating there, it's exactly enough to double that. Otherwise I couldn't, because it's this 2 and the 5 here, you know, the combined administration of the emperor and the governor. If this you subtract that from your roll, and if it's then 0 or less, you get double the money. So in this case, it's another 16, and these here too. So it's 8, 12. So we get another 24 out of this. Okay, nice. And I'm going to continue for the last ones off camera. So I wasn't as lucky anymore down here in the eastern parts, but I still made a ton of money, $201. So I earned something like $150 or so from this. So I was really lucky. And yeah, things don't look as grim as I thought. So then we have to pay for units in loyal and insurgent provinces. And Roman provinces, obviously. So we got basically all the units. We have a pay of 91. Okay, great. And now we got to move the wars. And there's only this one. I see. Okay, so let's see where it goes. So the war only moves automatically if it starts in his homeland or a barbarian province. But because this is a Roman province here, we have to make a pillage check, and then we'll see if it will actually move. So let's see, it is quite unlikely actually that it will move. We can basically count for all the units that are there, and I think there are 6 units in there. 1, 2, yeah, that is the case. There are 6 units in there, and the veteran guys. So it's not gonna move. We can keep it there, which is good. And they cannot break through our lines and then do more havoc inside the province of Gallia. That's not going to happen. So cool. And now we got to check for more wars. We're definitely going to draw 1 for the scenario, 1 additional war. And then it's 1d3, but I'm going to subtract 1 from that roll because of the optional rule to make the game a little easier. Okay, so we got only a 2. In this case, it helps. We draw only 2 new wars. Let's see. Let's grab this one here. Okay, that is a... Gosh, what is that? A Marcomannic War. Where do these guys start? Up here. Yeah, great. That's not cool. And then we take this one here. Now this is another German war, and that's a pretty strong one. And that is really bad. That is really a problem because, fighting... Okay, we will see what happens, but I don't think this is a great situation. Fighting 2 wars at the same front is, I think that can be pretty painful, but we'll see. Because they kind of influence each other and make each other even stronger. And it doesn't help that this is a war with a strength of 12. I mean, this is just totally horrible. So let's see what we can do now. We gotta move them immediately because they start in their homeland. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with this guy. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go for the Allied province here. Gonna check the movement chart. Yeah, definitely. So that's where he's gonna go first, into Frisia. And then we'll see what's happening there. Will he move on? That's what we're gonna check on that table. Allied province or... So yeah, we subtract 1, and if we roll a 5 or 6. Yeah, if we roll a 5 or 6, it will continue moving. And it doesn't, so it stays there for now. And we'll see. This is not great. So we definitely have to beat this war this time, but this war is going to be stronger now. Probably because of this other war here. They kind of encourage each other. So down here we have to roll first in which direction it will go. Let's do this a 1 to 3. So it goes east. There we are. And now from there it will move here. Okay, the one that we improved lately. And we'll see. I mean, it's basically the same area as before. So maybe it's not... It is bad, let's be honest, because I was hoping that these insurgent provinces would become Roman, but with the war here, that's probably not going to happen. So that was pretty bad. And let's see, we're going to see, yeah, we're going to make a roll. It's probably unlikely that this guy moves on because it's a veteran ally, so we can subtract 2 from the roll. Oh, a 6. He might actually move on. Let's see. This is a veteran ally. Insurgent province, nope. Yeah, the war moves on. If it's equal to 4, and it's exactly 4. So the question is now, where will it move? 1, 2, 3. Let's find out. Okay, it moves down here. That is bad. That is super bad. Well, I mean, okay, we can bring some units into Epirus. And maybe the Praetorians to Neapolis. Well, we'll see. Maybe it's not that bad either. I mean, it just has a strength of 9, so if we bring some veteran units in here, maybe we can fight that war. At least it has no longer influence here on this insurgent province, and maybe we can make this a loyal Roman province that way. Okay, during the unrest phase, unrest went up 10 points. That's a lot. We got 2 wars. We got quite a few troops not where they should be. For example, the 2 fleets here or here in Egypt. The other one, these were 3 points. We got a legion that should be here. You can see the symbol here. That is not there. So another point that goes away there. So for everywhere where the fleets and the legion are not in place in a Roman or insurgent province, we lose 1 point. Not if it's an allied province, like wherever that could be. For example, here, we don't need a fleet or a legion there. But if it's a Roman or insurgents province, we do. Same with the grain. These 2 provinces that contain grain, they also give us a penalty. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. We lost a lot here. And so we're through with that. Flip 1d3 random counters in the statesman box. Okay, that is good. These are 3. I think that is good. We're going to need some good governors here. Okay, that is interesting. That says that's Julian emperors. Okay, so now these guys have a claim on the throne or whatever, or it's the epoch, the era of the Julian emperors. And that also means that we're gonna have to do a assassination roll from now on. As you can see, the event phase here, if Julian Emperors is in the Emperor's box. So from the next time, Augustus is in some danger. And now let's see. This guy's pretty good. Germanicus. Oh, that's great. That is fantastic. Totally awesome that we draw this guy. He will help us fighting these shitty wars here. So of course he's gonna be our new guy in Gallia. Wow, he's awesome. Look at his abilities here. 4, 2. He might even become the new Caesar if Augustus gets killed. Maybe, I don't know if he is Julian. There is a specific succession table. I don't even know if that would help, to be honest. Probably not, because then he could not fight anymore. But he's really good. And then we got this guy here, Plautius. Plautius. And he is, come on. There we go. He is good in British wars, but he's in general pretty good in wars. So he's got a good military rating. So let's see where we're going to place this guy. He can also help us to get to make insurgents provinces loyal provinces with his rating. So we might consider doing that too. We might, for example, send him to Egypt, because the Pannonian guy is only 1 weaker than that war here. I think we can deal with that war anyways. So maybe I'm going to send Plautius somewhere else. And because I would love to get the grain here, that seems pretty important to me, I think I'm going to send him actually to Egypt. It's got a much higher military value, so we might be able to make these loyal Roman provinces. Okay, and now we gotta decrease the prestige by 1d6 for each command with no insurgent or Roman province. Well, Britain doesn't count in this scenario, so we're good. Increase prestige by the combined administration abilities of the Caesar and the consul. So they have a 9. That is a lot. So this goes up 9 spaces. So from 23, from 43 it goes up to 52. Decrease unrest by the combined popularities of Caesar and consul. That is pretty good too. That is 8. So this thing goes again down to 3. Oh shit. Oh fuck it. I moved the wrong one. Oh shit. I think I think that was here and that I don't know, man. Fuck. That's the reason why I hate these kind of tracks where you track all the things on one space. You know what? I think this was a 90. Shit. First I gotta check how much my pay is. That shouldn't be so hard because I know what I built and I know the starting value. I started at 79. I built 6 auxilia because there are 2 here and 8 were there at the beginning. So that is 85. I built 1 legion that brings it to 87, and I built 2 fleets. if I'm not mistaken. So I think I was at 93. And that looks right to me. Okay, great. And I think that the unrest was actually at 1. So let's see. We have, oh boy. Let's see how many legions, and it shouldn't be too hard to fix that. Here's the thing. I think the unrest should be at 9. We started at 1 at the end of the turn because of this single war that was still there, whatever the casualty, I don't know what it was. Now we get 3 additional for the wars, which brings us to 4. Let's do that together again. So that brings us to 4. And then we have 1, 2, 3 fleets, not where they should be. So that's 7. We have 1 legion, this one here, there's no legion there. So that's 8. And eventually the grain. There is 2 grain. These 2 grain are not really under our control. So that means now 10. Okay, that's where we should be. That's 10. And now we can reduce that by 8 because of the popularity of our guys. So we're back to 2. Okay, cool. We're done with that. And now we got to pay for bread and circuses. So we could pay and decrease the unrest even more. Honestly, I don't want to do that. So then we can build and transfer units. Okay. So obviously we're going to focus on these wars and maybe try to get some of these insurgent provinces back to Rome. What I forgot, Otho, he's got an event ability, so there will be an extra event in play. We got a roll. I hope it's not something that kind of changes things too much. Now let's see. This is a 1 and a 3. Barbarians. Okay, that is not good. Obviously, it's pretty bad, but at least it does not. It will apply only now in the upcoming phase. Okay. Oh, that's a wall. That's not an event marker. So we're going to come up with that. Okay, great. That is not good. Barbarians suck because they make the borders even more unstable. But okay. So we're done with that. And now we do the unrest roll. No, we got to build and transfer units. I just remember that. Okay, great. So I guess I'm good. We're going to see a massively concentrated forces obviously here trying to fight these wars. And also here and there, the Praetorians went to Neapolis. I left a couple of forces here actually because I want to try to Romanize this province here if I'm lucky. I could do that. That would be great. And I also got forces here to kind of control the insurgent. If I'm lucky, one of them, maybe that one, will become a Roman province, a loyal Roman province. We'll see about that. Similar here, I wanted to control the insurgent mainly. I don't think if I can make it a loyal province, but I'm hoping for that to happen with these provinces here in Egypt. And you know what? I think I forgot to annex the second province of the turn here. So I have the option to annex another province, and that actually might change things. That's interesting. I think I want to annex Britannia Superior. The thing is, if they stay allied, they won't affect the war over here, and this is kind of an important outpost. You want these guys as allies, I think, because otherwise these northern regions of Gallia could become more and more problematic. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Okay, so yeah, let's do that for now. Okay, cool. So now we go into the war phase. No, first we gotta make the unrest check. And if you do a successful annex, actually, I think the prestige goes up. If I remember that right, but I gotta check that. Yes, indeed, and I forgot that earlier on too, I think. So I should have 54 prestige right now. And now we go into the unrest roll. And we need something like higher than 25, we need 25 to get in trouble. Okay, that's not going to be enough. I mean, this is 8. We got an unrest of 2. So, yeah, no way we can reach that. Okay, fine. So, and now we come to the war phase, and we're going to make all these revolt checks. And that is, again, a ton of work, and I'm going to do that off camera. However, I want to show you some of these insurgents provinces. Maybe we're lucky with a couple of them. So let's see. Let's go through this. This all does not apply. It's a +1 modifier for the insurgent province. That's pretty much it. Then we got 2 guys sitting there, so we got a -1 modifier. And this is it. Okay, cool. It's a -1 modifier. And we will roll, and this is Hispania. So this guy is not good in military things. So if we roll a 1 or a 2, the province will become loyal Roman. And we didn't. Okay, but that's not a big deal, right? And the thing is here, this is actually a -3 modifier. So I'm kind of hoping for that to work out. So we need a 1 to 4. Fuck it. That was bad luck. Just want to double check here. This is a +1. And we got a, yeah, that is a fact. So, yeah, okay. That was wasted resources here. But okay, at least not too bad. This could work out too. We got a +1 here. They're not connected to any wars or something. So we got a -1 modifier. And that guy has a 3. So if we roll a 1 to 4, which we do, very good. So this is no longer an insurgent province, Aquitania. And so in a way, these 2 units become available, and that might help us. And the value here, my prestige goes up 1 space. Very good. This thing became barbarian. That was pretty obvious. I mean, with the war in there and homeland connected and no units in there, there was no chance it wouldn't. That remained allied. This might be interesting. I'm pretty sure this is going to be, yeah, it's a +1 modifier. We got 4 units in there, I think. So, let me see. Is that an automatic when? Yeah, it is. That's automatic. So this goes automatically to the Romans, becomes a loyal Roman province. Because the military value of this governor here is 3, and we will always get that even if we roll a 6. Okay, cool. This thing is also safe, so is that, and we might, well, that one here is a little tricky, but I think it's pretty safe. It's a, these are, is a +4 modifier, but because it's allied is a -2 and another -2 basically, because of these two here. It's a little tricky, but this is or allied or veteran, allied province or allied. So this gives another -2 if there is no fleet or a war there. So that is kind of a special thing. And then you get another -2 if you're veteran allied. So overall, this is these cancel each other out, and we cannot roll a 7. So we're safe here too. And that one I think is an automatic win for me. Maybe I shouldn't have left all the guys, and I should have calculated that through a little better, I think. So that is a -2 or a +2 for that thing here because it's a river. However, and then it's an insurgent province, so that brings me to +3. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units in there. None of them is veteran. So that is a -3 modifier. And the fleet also subtracts 1 of this province here because it is a river connection. So it's a -4 modifier. It says here each homeland of a barbarian province connected by a river to an insurgent or Roman province with a fleet. So that's another -1. So that means we have a -4 modifier. Now in Pannonia, we have this guy here. So this is 3 military. So we also have an automatic success here. And that means we could have actually spent one of these legions and brought them somewhere else. But, okay, whatever. I'm not going to do that. Hope I don't regret it later. So that means I get another prestige. That's pretty good, and Rome gets more income that way, obviously, and yeah, I kind of like that. Cool. So I'm going to check these off camera. Here they are they're pretty safe, but maybe on a 6 or something, things might go wrong. Okay, these guys did all well. Most of them were actually safe. And that's why I say you don't have to roll for that. For example, this guy here, this is a +2 modifier, and that is a +2 modifier. But because he is a safe ally, he's got a -4 again. That means these are all safe, right? And so you don't have to roll for everything. You don't even have to calculate everything. You pretty soon get a feeling who's in trouble and who's not. And if you get a feeling, okay, this guy, for example, could, and by the way, here we lost one ally, to, a veteran ally to a normal standard ally. So if you get a feeling, okay, this guy could be in trouble, you don't have to necessarily calculate it. You just make a roll, and if you roll a 5 or a 6, you can still go through the calculation and see if he survives or not. Okay, let's check this guy here. This is interesting now. These two have a, they give you +2 each, I guess, because, yeah, this is desert here, by the way, obviously. So they give you a +2 each, so it's +4, and then we got the insurgent thing here, makes it +5. We got 3 guys sitting in there, so that is a +2. That's not good. That's not good. Maybe I should have been more careful there. Fuck it. Okay, that's bad. So that means these guys become now allies instead of Roman provinces. That means also we're going to lose here 1. And now these got to go out. This sucks. It really did. I mean, we should have been more careful here, I guess. They got to go in some other province or location in the same government or in the same command. That's not possible. They got to go somewhere else. But then you have to, I think you have to take unrest for every single unit that goes away. So that would be pretty bad. Okay, this is not good at all. We lost. Yeah, that sucks.
But okay. Maybe we're lucky instead here. I'm kind of hoping for these, to get these, and then that will be compensation more than enough. So let's see for that. I think that looks really good. Let's roll a die and we'll see what happens. And that's a 2. I think that's good enough. I'm pretty sure. So this thing has a +1 modifier. And then we got 3 of these guys sitting in there. So we go to a -2 basically. And that is obviously enough. So we win that. That becomes a loyal Roman province. And the good thing is, it has grain. So we don't take that much unrest next time anymore, because we control now a little more grain. Because grain in insurgency provinces is a problem. Okay, now we roll for that. That is not going to be that easy, but maybe we're lucky too. Oops. Shit. And that's a 4. So let's find out. This thing gives us a -2 and or +2, a +3. Now we got 3 guys sitting in there, so that brings us to 0. The question is, what about Africanus? Fuck. Oh no, it's perfect. He's got a 4, so that's just good enough. So we get that too. That was great. This goes up 1 more space, and I think overall we can say we are doing actually pretty well. And I made a mistake. Syria should actually be a veteran ally. Let's hope we still have a marker. We gotta find... boy. Yeah, that one. So we can take this one here. Okay, great. Nope, still the wrong side. Okay, there we go. He's now a veteran ally. Okay, so now things get a little more tricky. We come to the wars. Let's start with this one here. Okay, that is a strength of 9. We need the war chart. There we go. So it's 9. There is no homeland or barbarian province connected. So the basic number is 9. We got a lot of stuff around here. So this is a 2 because this is a veteran legion. And I think then we got just standard guys. Okay, so this alone is 7. Oh gosh. Is there a problem because of an insurgent province? Maybe it is. No, there isn't. Doesn't seem so. Nope. Okay, that means we got 7 in there, 8 from here, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we got a -3 modifier plus the ability of this guy. So we got a -6 modifier. Okay, we're pretty good here. If things don't go totally wrong, we should be easily able to defeat that war. Let's see. That isn't great, but I think it's okay. So we got, yeah, I think that's fine. That's totally fine. We got a, this is a 9, it's a 12, so that's great. And so we are at 6. This is a clear triumph. We're gonna take 4 losses because of that one. And now let's go through the procedures, and I'm pretty sure I want to make that. And do I want to make that an insurgent province? I mean, I already have one here. Maybe I want to make this an ally instead. It is hard to tell. Here's the thing, actually I have to do both. Although I could make this an insurgent province, but I think I want to make... it's tricky. I mean, this is in a little better... no, it doesn't really matter. It's the same. They are both connected to 2 barbarians. You know, I think I want to make that an insurgent province from a strong ally. It becomes now insurgent. And I want to make that a strong ally. I can do 2 because of the conquest ability of Caesar. I can do 2 I can do 2 annexations, and that gives me obviously 2 prestige. Okay, this goes away into his box, and let's see now what we all get for that. Okay, as losses I took 1 unrest, -1 prestige, and I took 2 unrest, -1 prestige, and I sent 2 guys in the barracks. I did a dismiss action, and that sends 2 guys in here. I might have made that wrong, maybe. I think last time I only sent 1 auxiliary here instead of 2, but now I know better. So I'm going to send them both in here. For that is basically as 1 loss. I mean, you could send 1 Imperial Cav, 1 Praetorian Guard, or 1 fleet, or 2 auxiliary in the barracks. So, yeah, but no legions. Interesting. Okay, so there they are. That was that war, and it went well, I guess. And then next, we got to do the second war, and that is a little harder. And maybe it isn't actually. It's just for now it just has a strength of 8, and we got a ton of units all around, placed all around it. So let's see. First we got to see. The problem is that war, the other war here, which kind of echoes with that, and it kind of encourages these guys a little bit. So, and also the other barbarian province here. This war was isolated. There were no barbarian provinces around it. They were in the middle of our allies, and that made it very hard for them. Here it's clearly harder. So let's see. Okay, we have an 8 as a basic strength. And there we go. We have a war connected to it. Yeah, so that's okay. That's a 10 then. This war here and that barbarian province makes it a 10. But we have oh, look at that. Each allied province connected to its province. Holy shit, man. We could have even fought with less here because that subtracts. I forgot about that. I always do. So we have an allied province occupied by the war or connected to its province. So we have a veteran allied here. And that is connected. And that means it goes back to 8. So it's really not as bad. We also have a matching war ability. So we are at, because of this guy here, he's a German, Germanicus. So we are actually at 7. Then the military, holy moly, ability of this guy is 3. So we are at 4. And then we got to count all the units here. Okay, so we got a modifier of -12. So if we don't roll a disaster or a stalemate, this thing is 1. And we're good. So sadly we take 5 hits, which isn't great. But apart from that, this is clearly enough to win that war. Great, awesome. So Germanicus was successful. Okay, I made Germania Magna an ally, a strong ally, by doing 2 annexations there. And you can do that. You can annex a province twice. That is allowed. I thought about making Rhaetia an insurgent province and then hoping to get it at some point. But we have a lot of insurgencies going on. We still have these suckers here in Spain. We've got 2 in Pannonia. And so I thought, hey, maybe I don't want to... maybe I want to first get this thing in Pannonia straight, and then I can continue improving my you know, I don't know, my situation here. I mean, the Alps are also something that you might want at some point. It's an Italian province, but for now I think I'm good there. Okay. So let's see, we're going to take a couple of losses, I guess, but we will make also some money. That was an 8, and that his ability, and that is very strong, his financial ability, administrative ability is 4. So we get 8 times 4 bucks out of this, which is amazing. So it's 32 that we get from that war. That is so great. Okay, so now we're gonna have to check if the 2 governors will do a rebellion. Let's see. I think it's unlikely. The unrest is extremely low. So the popularity of this guy here is, well, I mean, it's 5. Germanicus is pretty popular. There is, well, maybe, it's a 5. The unrest is 2, so it's 7. There is an emperor's counter here, so that is an 8. Do we have an event or something? I don't think so. No. He's got a veteran legion, so that's 9. And then we have to subtract Caesar's popularity, which is 4. So we're at 5. So no, there's not going to be a rebellion. And also not with the other guy. Okay, great. So it seems to me we are done with that turn. Yep. So we go into turn 3. So yeah, I guess at that point I'm gonna load it up. And I gotta say, I'm starting to enjoy that. Maybe because things are going my way a little bit. And yeah, I'm actually... I made a couple of hard mistakes, simply tactical and strategy mistakes, when I played the game for the first time. If you not really know how things kind of inflict each other and how the wars move, you know, and you got to know these tables a little bit, it's easier than you might think if you see all that. You get a pretty good idea of what's important and what's going on very, very soon. But yeah, now I got a feeling I got things pretty much under control here. Okay, so yeah, hope to see you in the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye. Actually, I'm back because I've realized one thing here, the barbarian event here, and I think I missed that. Usually that would not have such a big... I think it didn't have an impact anywhere on the board, but here in Alexandria, there it did, because I remember vaguely that I rolled a 4 and let me see the modifier in Egypt. This guy, yeah, he had a 4, exactly a 4 as a military guy, so as a military modifier or ability. So this thing gives me a +2. The barbarians add a 1, so it's a +3 modifier. This was an insurgent province, so it goes up to +4, and there are only 3 units in there, so it goes back to +1. And then I roll a die, and that means I I rolled a 4, and that means that this is actually a 5 then, so it's not good enough. So I'm not gonna gain that province. So I'm gonna leave the insurgent marker there, and I'm gonna give back 1 prestige. That will obviously have influence on the income. I'm gonna lose 5, maybe 10 bucks if I double that, and I also get some unrest because of the grain. So that kind of sucks, but yeah, I think that was kind of important to correct. Okay, so maybe next time I should simply annex that province at the beginning of the game, and that makes then my chances much better to get that. I think that's what I'm going to do next turn. I'm going to annex this, make this an ally, and then it's going to be easier to get this back.